Don't forget to check out my Patreon where we have exclusive content for groups such as Twice, 17, Red Velvet, Blackpink, NCT, Super M, Shiny, AT, Stray Kids, and so much more, along with K-dramas, concerts, and other variety shows. Hey guys, Angie here, and today we have NU'EST's first two albums, sort of. It's their single and then their first mini album. I've reacted to their first full length, and they're like, oh, dang, where are the albums? I reacted to this album, this album, this album, this album, I think this album. And I don't know about this album. I don't think I reacted to any NU'EST W. I'll have to check. But I reacted to those albums. This one's the table one, I think, and I really hate the binding. It's so ugly. Who designed this? But since NU'EST disbanded, or whatever you want to call it, I decided, since their album was kind of basically like remixes of other songs that I've already heard, I decided to go back in time. I planned on doing this way earlier, but life happens, you know. But I'm looking forward to this because I really like their Face album. Was it called Face? I believe so. So from this album, I've heard Face and Action, and is Sleep Talking in here? I think that's the next album. But I've heard all their title tracks. And after we finish NU'EST's albums, we're going to go to NU'EST W, since I don't think I've heard any of theirs. But yeah, let's hop into the video. First is this little intro with JR and Aaron. And it's like new established style tempo. This is literally the equivalent of SF9's acronym. Terrible, but you know, we deal with it. That like dun, 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 reminds me of like, won't you take me to Funky Town? Dun, 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 dun. Isn't it like the first few beats of it? Oh, I love it. It's so cringy, and I love it. I will genuinely listen to this. See, this is why Pledis. I was like, Starship? No. Starship ruins other things. This is why Pledis screwed it up, because I know their story. On my old channel, I reacted to like their story and how devastating it was, which is why this ending, I understand the fandom's frustration and hurt with it more than other disbandments, because like NU'EST had like a terrible like their movie ended sadly. Like their career as a movie ended so sadly, because we were hitting the climax. We were hitting that peak. It was there. They were doing really well technically. Like, I ignored them, but other than that, they were gaining so much momentum, and I really think they screwed them over. But the main thing that screwed them over, people want to blame Hybala. I feel like no matter what, Pledis is like the core of the issue. I mean, they literally named them new established style tempo and then switched them to like a ballad group and changed their sound so much, and it screwed them over. Like, sure, those songs were good, but they should have definitely leaned into it slower than just switching like that. And especially if you're going to give them this style, like imagine Neoculture Technology NCT turning into like a ballad group. No, they're a new Neoculture Technology group that does occasional ballads, but not as like title tracks and stuff. Like, how are you gonna have this as their intro, and then their other next few albums are kind of just totally different? Not the next one, but like I think the third or fourth one. Makes no sense. Like, they were technically going to be almost like an NCT group, at least from the way they were built from the first two minis. Yes. Yo, JR had like such different vibes back then, didn't he? Go off, boy. Also, I didn't know there's Happy Birthday, which I think is that Bakel has a solo, and I'm like, oh, they did solos pretty early on. honestly, I was vibing. That was a good song. Very loud, very chaotic. Noise music before the noise music trend we stan. What a good era for Ren. What a good era for him. Oh, is this one of their cheesy ballads? I love it. I love their ballads on the full-length first album. I listened to them way more than I should admit. Yes. Oh, yes. And Minhyun looks like a whole different person. Like, everyone else kind of looks like themselves. Minhyun cannot recognize. Hey, we're gonna got a bit of a flow here. Whoa. I love his voice. I love how predictable it is. Oh, we got that cheesy auto-tune. Oh, this is so emo. Good thing I'm wearing this outfit. It fits. I should get my like little black mini glove I used to wear in middle school all the time. That China Emma Clay wore. It was like a little leopard one. Yes. This album came out in like 2014, didn't it? That would have been like the perfect year to get into this group for me. That was like my year of Pierce the Veil and stuff. I know they're not that level of emo, but they were like, because I loved Pierce the Veil and Sleeping with Sirens and stuff like that. But I also liked 5 Seconds of Summer and One Direction. I was very much those two different sides, and proudly admit both. Like, I was never like, oh, I don't like One Direction. And I was like, yeah, I love One Direction. Also love that stuff. So this is like a good mixture of like, if you love One Direction but also really like Sleeping with Sirens and Pierce the Veil, it was like it's a good mixture group. I really wish I liked them when they came out. Same with K-pop in general, but wow, me choking. Kind of glad I waited, because I also feel like, you know, you find things when at the right time. There's a reason you like, that was One Direction were for me at that time. Like, there was a reason I liked them then. I still like them now, but like, there's reasons. So I'm glad, like, okay, I'm glad I waited. Now that One Direction's disbanded, I mean, this is bad timing because Newie's just disbanded, but there's other K-pop groups, but I'm really glad it happened when it did. Like, Newie's could have been a very cool emo group. You know, I kind of wish they kept this style of like these outfits and stuff. Kill my baby, good for me. My soul, kill my name, kill my baby. Also, there's 5 members, and eventually there's 4. They get their 5th member back. One Direction didn't. Me crying inside. If you like One Direction, who would you put for each member? Like, who would you assign? Like, who's the Zayn? Who's the Niall? I have mine in my head. So sorry. I would say, I know there's a dramatic goodbye. JR would be the Zayn. Baeko would be the Liam. Aaron, no, yes. Aaron would be, JR would be Zayn. Ren would be Harry for sure. Like, these clearly hairstyles, like the hairstyles of the group. Minkan would probably be the Louis. I'm questioning. I feel like Baco might be Liam and Aaron might be Niall. What do y'all think? Who, I don't know. I don't know them as well as you guys. I'm going more off of style, voice, positions in the group. Wow, he looks so pretty. So they had their little music videos, like for the B-sides. That's cute. Oh my god, they're so BBs. Oh, 2012. 2012? That's like the perfect year I could have gotten into them. I forget they debuted way earlier than like 17. 2012? I would have loved them in 2012. Especially Ren. I would have loved Ren. Like, I still love Ren though. I think he might be my bias. This is just beautiful Ren bike riding scenes, and I'm here for it. I love the duality of. There's some words that sound Japanese in here. I know it's not Japanese, but they were pronouncing it like it was Japanese for me. It's kind of confusing my brain. I don't know why they're reminding me like so much of like, I don't know, this is the most maybe I'm just like nostalgic because Hairstyles just released a song and whenever he does I just kind of get emotional. But even like the fact that they did like I really would have loved new. I think out of every group in K-pop that I love right now, I would have loved New East at like that time when they were releasing this, like because 2012 was when I got into One Direction. So the fact that they did like Not Over You music videos and stuff, and One Direction, how they would have like multiple music videos come out, like they had Gotta Be You and stuff, even though Gotta Be You is the same album as What Makes You Beautiful. And then they had they would just do like a lot of music videos for their B-sides, so I think it's really cool. Kind of also reminds me of like Monsta X. They would always release a lot of B-side music videos. Even these little cringy hairstyles, the really weird shirts, the outfits. I'm curious, were there any like homophobic people? Like, was Ren getting any hate for, like, I know he was very much loved because he had beautiful long hair and stuff, but was he ever targeted for like hate? I got that album. Because I was worried about that, especially because he's so pretty naturally anyways. Like he's not like the typical masculine with long hair. He's a pretty boy. Like there's a reason they gave him the long hair out of everyone. I just want to make sure he was doing good. He's a strong boy though. He's a strong man. I love what he advocates. By Stan Ren. This song's a bit dated compared to I'm Sorry, but I like it. There's something about it that made it age not as well. I'm not sure what it was, but I like it, so. Because it kind of feels reminiscent, nostalgic. I think it's maybe the way they did the autotune here versus the other song. He looks very pretty there too. There's something about this one that kind of makes me emotional, and I don't know why. Because it's not really a sad song. I mean, I guess it is, but it seems like it's about breaking up, but maybe that person's in a relationship or something, or doesn't want to get back together, but you're still lingering. But it doesn't have like a sad feeling to it. Like the beat and everything's more upbeat. The beat's more upbeat, and yes. This one's called Sandy, and since we're going down nostalgic lane, the title reminded me of Jonas Brothers' Mandy, which was like one of my favorite songs ever. That was my first CD with the Jonas Brothers, or was it High School Musical? I think it was the Jonas Brothers, because I think I didn't get High School Musical until I got a karaoke machine, like a really cheap one, for my birthday. I think I liked the Jonas Brothers first. I want to see if it sounds like Mandy, because Mandy from the Jonas Brothers is such a bop. We stand. It looks like they probably filmed this the same day. Smart, money-wise. Okay, what's that? A long conversation. So we're just gonna move on. Oh wait, Mandy. If you haven't heard Mandy, this is what I wish Sandy sounded like. Mandy Bob. Why does Bigelow have a solo though? Not that I'm not mad at it. Good for him. I mean, I think there's been on the Face album, I think JR and Aaron had a solo together, a duet, but then there was also a guest appearance. I can't remember. It's one of my favorite songs though, but I forget. What's this about? Okay. I'm like, maybe this is a year since they debuted, but it sounds too sad. And what if they all sing on it? And I feel like there's something important to him. Let me see like the comments. Maybe it's just a birthday song. Very different version of what most birthday songs are. This is the angel's first birthday, and I'm like, did someone pass away? Oh, okay. Has he ever seen this live? I think there was a video of him singing it, but I wanted the lyrics because I'm like, well, if he's singing alone, it must be something important. Glad I looked at the lyrics. What an interesting way to end an album, and what an interesting birthday song. Actually, very sweet birthday song. Usually they're very upbeat, and I usually don't care for birthday songs, but I actually like this one. It's probably my second favorite. My favorite's I'm Sorry, then Happy Birthday. Well, actually, I really like the intro the most, the new established style tempo. Then Not Over You, and then Sandy. Sandy's probably my least favorite, but I still like it. I'll add them all to the playlist. They have like a bit of age to them, like they're a bit aged as songs, but there's something nostalgic about that sound. And I'm looking forward to the third and fourth mini album because I don't think I've heard either of those. And I think those were the albums that like changed their sound, so I'm curious where we were heading, where we're going, you know. But I may be wrong. I may be a bit after that, but looking forward to this journey. As always, let me know some new stuff to watch. If you want to request like a very long new video or something, you can go to my Patreon. But we are going to go through the album specifically because their music is what I love most about them. Because I don't really know too much about their personalities besides the few weekly idol videos we've done, and I've done like the history of them and all that, but those were on my old channel that got deleted. But I know I can tell them apart mainly, and I know a little bit about them. But yeah, that is it for this video. Let me know your favorites. Do you like these albums? Are you a bit like, prefer their newer sound, etc.? Let me know. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.
3, 4, 5, 2, 2, 3, 4, 5, 3, 2, 3, 4, 5. Baby, I'm ready for you. 山和你一起。